It's not exactly a secret that there are some communities that are wonderful and glorious to interact with, and there are other communities here on the internet that are not.
Stop it.
Now, of course, I'm talking about the ever-legendary toxic fan base. And yeah, there's quite a few pretty legendary toxic fan bases, like if you think of the likes of, Dragon Ball Z.
Pride in someone else. Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by all this unyielding rage!
Or insert other thing. So there are definitely other ones have cropped up relatively recently, and I just want to talk a little bit about it. So one that kind of cropped up really recently that's more relevant to like the music scene specifically is Sleep Token. Now granted, they're an immensely popular and very talented and successful band in their own right, but their fans they're a little extra sometimes, whether that's like gatekeeping stuff from newer members of the fan base because of how like explosive their rise to popularity was, also to like with just people shouting out the band members' real names from the crowd during shows. And one thing, as a person who enjoys at least a little bit of anonymity here on the internet, is they specifically went out of their way to not have their real names known and vehemently disregarding their wishes. Like, I don't care how much you like someone's work or like a band's music. If they made the choice to use stage names and to not use their actual names and not even show their faces when they're performing, you're just gonna go out of your way to find their real name and then just shout it from the crowd. Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? Like, why would you do that? I have so many questions. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Respect people's choices. Bad. Like, legitimately, they made an entire song, which is caramel, or no, that's the only two ways to say that, specifically addressing the overly obsessive and ridiculous nature of some of their fans. Not all of their fans, not all, like, I'm saying, like, so that's the thing that can also be said about a lot of these different fan bases, is it's not everyone in the fan base, it's just a few really bad apples, and it just kind of ruins the bushel, if you will. Like, honestly, I could not imagine caring that much about something, like actively go out of my way by that drastic of a measure just to be obnoxious. Like, it blows my mind that there are people out there with that much free time. Another thing that kind of blows my mind about just, some of these fan bases, this one actually relates specifically to the gacha game Genshin Impact. I get being passionate. I really do about a game, loving games. Skyrim is literally my favorite game of all time.
Hey, you're finally awake.
And I absolutely love it. But would I ever go out of my way to commit felonies by stalking and sending death threats to the voice actors that are associated with that game?
Instantly, I was like,
absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. And if that's you need a different hobby. I would say get a hobby, but your hobby's gaming. You need a different hobby. I don't know, try pottery. Maybe crocheting might also work for you. I don't know. But you should figure something else out. You don't stalk people and send them death threats because of something that happened in a game or just because of a voice acting gig that they do. Don't do that. I mean, that can just be said about anything. Don't stalk people. It kind of is just like, why? I don't know. Go to the gym, cook a delicious meal, do something other than that. So on my reaction channel, I used to cover a nondescript band, pretty small, not really all that well known. I've done this whole bit before in the Who Is videos. I'm not doing it here because this isn't a Who Is video. This video actually isn't even scripted. I don't know if you can tell or not, but yeah, I've had my fair share of interactions with overly obsessive and, from my perspective, very toxic fan bases. And I always find it interesting because these people, they will leave the nastiest, most degrading comment on a YouTube video made by a 20-something-year-old just because they said, hey, maybe this one particular instance of this song by this band isn't necessarily 100% the best. Being as nice as that, like, hey, there was this kind of issue, but you know what? Overall, the song was great. Man, the amount of comments that I got being like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're the worst person ever, you're I'm just like, bruh. Dude, I am actively out here enjoying my hobby of making videos, and because I didn't absolutely say that your favorite band that apparently is your entire identity isn't the best thing that was ever created ever, because I said that, you went absolutely out of your way to be like the worst version of yourself, shocking. Absolutely shocking. It honestly, every time I still like will occasionally, like a video that I uploaded relatively recently, I said, hey, I am an audio engineer. Here are some problems that are cropping up that I am hearing. By a one-time listen to a song, I'm like, hey, there's a high-pitched frequency that's kind of screeching and buzzing a little bit. Like, it's probably a power cord that got crossed with something. And then the fans were like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's like they used to record here, now they're recording here. Like, where's your professional work? You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, but you can hear the screeching. It's not, you can hear it. I know it's not perfect, and I never said they had to be. I still think that they're a fantastic band, but things happen. Problems can still happen to the best of bands. I'm just saying, hey, here's a bit of constructive criticism that you can, you know, adjust and make sure this doesn't happen again. But no, apparently if you say that anybody is wrong or anybody deigned, like someone did something and it was, you know, maybe not the best way to do things, all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like, okay, but I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's constructive criticism. And I'm not tearing down, I'm not being mean-spirited about it, but all of a sudden it's just, if I say something, and this can actually be said about a lot of the toxic fan bases out there, if you say something other than whatever you're talking about isn't the best thing since sliced bread, they will verbally tear you a new one. Well, over text, not necessarily verbally. That's also one thing that I feel like anonymity on the internet has given people just this overwhelming sense of I can say whatever I want to this person because I've never been slapped in the mouth before. You can always tell the people that have never been slapped in the mouth before because they're the ones that are saying all of these comments. And it's like, maybe you should try saying it to somebody's face so you'd be like, oh, there are consequences to my actions. But yeah, if there is a moral to this entire video, if somebody criticizes something that you like, take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out and move on. It's not a big deal. Plain and simple. If someone says, hey, I don't like your favorite band, cool. Have a good day. Move on with your life. Or hey, this song doesn't sound good. Okay, cool. Music taste is subjective. I'm out. Have a great day. Your favorite game sucks. Well, okay. It's not for everybody. I guess. I'm out. Move on. Like, it is so easy to mind your business. Like, just move on. It's okay. Life will go on. You will be okay. But no, apparently, it's just, the thing is, I can't even say get a hobby because this is these people's hobby, and that's the problem. Get a different hobby, but then they're just going to be just as obsessive about something different. Be a better person. Use your brain. Inhale, exhale. Life goes on. It's fine. But yeah, those have been my 2 cents on toxic fan bases. My name's been Harmonicast. I hope you absolutely did all enjoy. This felt good to just like finally put in a video because I've been stewing on this for about 2 years regarding the band stuff, because that like still boggles my mind how people can do that and just take it personally when I say that I don't like a band, because apparently that's their entire identity. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you have an interaction with a toxic fan base, drop it in the comments down below, and I'd like a good laugh. So that would be great. But yeah, my name's been Harmonicast. I'll catch y'all next time. God bless.